Tonight, a mum trying to set up her family's future and a trusted Australian bank, both scammed by a sophisticated gang, and it was so well executed. Now the race to stop $700,000 going offshore.
In that moment, I knew, I started panicking. Oh my goodness. I knew I was caught out.
When you hear how they did it, you might not understand, but you'll certainly sympathise. Yakimi Dupree was preyed upon by a sophisticated gang of ruthless, greedy and organised criminals.
I've been scammed out of $760,000.
In December, Yakimi and husband Zach relocated from Perth to Melbourne. Yakimi and the kids travelled separately while Zach drove. 3 hours out of Perth, Zach was killed in a fatal road accident. The money that's been scammed was his life insurance payout.
I want to warn other people.
When the money came, Yakimi was determined to protect her family's future, planning to buy a house in Melbourne, finding the best rate for a one-year deposit with what appeared to be Macquarie Bank.
2.5%. I completed the online form with personal information like your name, contact details, and it gave me a notice to say Macquarie will be in contact.
Soon after, Yakimi's phone rang with a man calling himself Mark Dickinson. What can you remember about this Mark Dickinson?
He sounded very sophisticated, British accent, sounded like a banker, very polished in his talking, could explain exactly how the process works, sounded 100% like what I would have heard at 10 other banks in the past.
He was very slick.
Very slick. The information they provided, you know, I Googled him or looked him up on LinkedIn. A Mark Dickinson that works at Macquarie existed on LinkedIn. I don't know if it exists today.
That profile does still exist, and someone of that name does work at the bank. It's just not the person that Yakimi was speaking with. And this is what scammers do, according to cybercrime expert Nick Savides.
They will take over identities of legitimate employees. You think you're dealing with them, but in fact you're dealing with a scammer who's impersonating them.
And that's not the only devious way Yakimi was conned. As a trained auditor, she's kept the paperwork, including the knockoff Macquarie contract that she was sent.
All the signatures, everything that you would expect.
Emails from the fake Mark Dickinson coming with authentic-looking detail.
Sophisticated, isn't it?
Very sophisticated.
Satisfied, Yakimi went ahead. On April 14, she transferred $100,000 of the life insurance money from her CBA account to the so-called term deposit. On April 21, she sent another $100,000 before making daily payments from April 22 to 25, consisting of $100,000 from her CBA account and $40,000 from her NAB account. Later, on the 25th, Yakimi had a sinking feeling.
They are super good at what they do.
It appears Yakimi signed up on an imitation Macquarie website run by the scammers. She's since raised the issue with the Commonwealth, NAB and government investigator AVCA in the hope the funds can be frozen before it's too late. Meanwhile, her son Herc has been her rock as Yakimi prays for a miracle.
It's been very rough, but I gotta stay strong for my mum and my sister, make sure they're right. Yeah.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
With her audit background, Yakimi traced the money from her accounts to payment service Cuscal. The cash then passed through a similar service called Maneuver before ending up linked to Elbait, a cryptocurrency exchange. While it's not suggested Elbait are involved at all, crime gangs do favour crypto.
That money gets transferred, converted, and then transferred out, and then cashed out.
The gang's using money mules to withdraw cash from ATMs around the world.
In 2015, cybercrime became larger than the entire illicit drug trade.
Macquarie Bank's website now carries a warning that scammers are pretending to offer term deposits in their name, so Yakimi is clearly not alone. She knows some will say she should have done more, but right now she just wants to help prevent others from becoming victims of these vile criminals.
It's pretty devastating that I've fallen into this trap. But it's even more devastating that there's nowhere he can turn.
Both the Commonwealth Bank and the NAB have told us its recovery process is underway. We're going to stay on the case.